Hey, good morning. Welcome to the CGS Biblecast, and it's good to be back with you. I was sick last week, and I did not get to record last week, but I'm feeling better. My voice is back, and that's great, and I'm excited to be back. So thanks for joining us today. We took a little break, but it's time to get back to it. We'll be in 1 Samuel chapter 8 today, and we're going to talk about Israel wanting a king. So they really wanted a king. And maybe it wasn't such a good idea. Think about it. Think about years and years and years ago, some of the things that you asked God for, and He gave you, and it's like, man, why did I ask for that? That's kind of what goes on later when they realize that people aren't the best kings, and so they should have stuck with God being the king. Let's get into the scripture today. 1 Samuel chapter 8. Here, verse 6, Samuel was displeased with their request and went to the Lord for guidance. Do everything they say to you, the Lord replied, for they are rejecting me, not you. They don't want me to be their king any longer. So what's happening here is they see all the other nations, and they go to Samuel and they say, what is the deal? Everyone else has a king. Why can't we have a king? We need a king. We're a good country. We need a king. So we go to the Lord and ask Him to give us a king. And so Samuel does. He doesn't think it's a good idea, and the Lord agrees. But he says, you know what? If they're going to be obedient, we might as well pick out a good king for them. And so they do their best. So they end up with Saul. And I really should have just trusted the Lord because He knows what's best for them. So we ask sometimes for things that are detrimental to our physical, emotional, or spiritual health out of the desire to fill our own desires or to achieve success according to the world's standards. And sometimes God gives us things so that we can discover for ourselves that it really wasn't the best thing for us. Anyone ever bought something and it's like, man, I shouldn't have bought that, and the Lord gave you everything you needed to buy that, and it's like, wow, I really don't need this. And so it's a learning experience, right? Sometimes you allow your kids to make mistakes. That's what the Lord is doing here with Israel. So they failed to trust the Lord's chosen leader and last judge, Samuel. Other nations had kings. Why shouldn't we have one? Obviously, this hurts Samuel because he's like, hey, I'm here. I'm still here. You can still listen to me, and I'll still guide you, and I'll still go to the Lord. But they were seeing how Samuel's sons were acting, and they weren't acting very good. And so they're like, you know what? It's time for a king. So they rejected the idea as God as their king because He is the King of Kings. He's on the throne. He is the King of Israel. But they wanted a earthly king. God obliged to the Israelites' request, knowing they needed to learn first from their firsthand experience, even though it wasn't truly what's best for them as a nation. They had to live with what they chose. And His chosen people would soon find out that having a human ruler wasn't all that it's cracked up to be. Popularity, success, knowledge, entertainment, material objects, and status symbols can all become ruling forces for us in our life. Though that's not inherently evil, we can't allow them to displace God as number one in our life. He is our one and true King. No idol, no human leader, nothing else can compare. So think about it in your life. Are you asking the Lord for something to replace Him? Don't go to the Lord with that. He wants to be honored. He wants to be the king over His kingdom and ruler over your life. If you will let Him do that, He will guide you and lead you into blessing and to His favor. Okay? All right. Give this a read. Look at it and look how it ends up for Israel and apply it to your life. He is the king of our life. We should submit to Him. Have a great day.